right, here we are, the Vallejo City Unified School District. Anthony X is in the house. We've got Vigilantioch. And we also have North Cal Transparency.
Where's X? Come here, X. You're the man.
Not seeing anything.
Oh, it's all in here. Look at this. Look at the other man.
Is that?
No one knows it's going to be on this point.
Oh, interesting.
No info attached.
And you can see they got cameras up there watching us, guys. Shouldn't be any issues with us watching them. Looks like the stairs were over there. Made a good point there. There's no chemical attached to this, just a piece of plastic running this paper. Let's check out the logbook.
They put them everywhere.
Yeah, there's no code attached to it though.
Yeah.
Authorized personnel only, as a citizen, exercising the First Amendment freedom of press, I would consider me authorized personnel. I'm working on an official story. Got the security and everything.
That's
Doing a cam back of shame right there.
No. How you guys doing today?
great.
Fantastic. Oh,
Yeah. I'm just curious because it says authorized personnel. That would be since I'm exercising freedom of press. That would be we're pretty much authorized. That's the public building.
all I know is who I'm told.
Well, this is the human resources, so you can't keep the public from going to human resources. I have a right to ask for a job application. So you can't have that sign up. That's illegal.
I appreciate the sign, but no, I don't mind signing it. Not down to human resources. Where is you?
So you've been here for what, 2 weeks now?
A couple of weeks, yeah.
Since the incident?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're here.
It would. Yeah, absolutely.
So, is there a way I can speak with William?
Wait, superintendent? The superintendent? I can certainly give his office a ring. He's only been working the site for a couple of days.
Either William or Gigi or Mitch. Gigi's in human resources. Her or Mitch.
How you doing?
Exercising freedom of press. Independent journalist, got a content for a story, so I would say I'm authorized. And just bear with me guys, my bad back, I can't really walk too fast. Looks like we've got a meeting in progress right here.
Thank you. This is the training workshop. It's not open.
Well, I'm not going to interrupt you guys, don't worry.
I know. Close the door. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was kind of rude. Karen did not like me recording. If it's a training session, guys, you think they would be trained on our First Amendment, but I guess they skipped that day. Guessing they called in sick. So I can't open the door, but they leave the blinds open. It doesn't quite make sense. But can you do that? See, they got lots of cameras up here watching us. Not very friendly. They kept looking. Just ignored me, and I can't force her to say hello, but it's nice. Hello. Hello. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. She was very cordial. So you can see, guys, if this is not open to the public, why would they have all this public information up here? business services, you know. Here's the funny thing though, no cell phones in use in this area. Now, if I had to guess, guys, that sign is probably intended, and I could be wrong.
And look, it's just placed in here. It's just stuck in there.
Not for us not to report, but probably not to make a lot of noise while people are getting services, you know, flashing away on their phone. You know, it's not a law. Maybe it's a preference, but not a law. So this is the business service. They have these signs everywhere, guys. They do not want people walking around. It is locked. But again, look, why would they have all this public information here if this was not meant to be for the public? I mean, look at this, guys.
And there's accounts payable right there.
All these forms here, there's accounts payable.
And it says, look, it says, welcome to business services, then notice.
Points out, welcome to business services, yet they don't want you in here. That's kind of contradicting what they're saying.
Warehouse safety. What about public safety?
Stairs, I can't go up the stairs, guys. I'm not that bad. I'll try to get in the elevator in a moment. I'm not gonna say just bear with me, guys. I'm not that, but you have to walk pretty slow. They really frown on cell phones. Look at this, guys. I don't want people using their cell phones. I bet you if we were to check all the cameras here,
I guess it's just coming down.
they're probably on their phone all day. What's that?
I guess the is coming down.
So it's just coming down. You guys see with that north out pop up there?
Yep. So all these offices are closed, huh?
Yeah, and they're actually doing training in that room right there.
Remember, man, don't use your cell phone. It's not authorized in here.
We're teasing, but there are signs everywhere that say that. It's kind of silly. Yeah, a friend of ours came like 12 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
He got attacked. He got accosted. He had people cut him off, like the assistant superintendent. So we're not obviously focusing on you or just you, but all these signs have all of a sudden just been put up recently. It's a public building,
What's it called? Their legal department.
and there is no code on the bottom of the signs, so the signs are illegal. They can call the legal department all they want, and all he's just trying to do is find a loophole. Well, put a sign up. It's like, well, it has to be backed by a law. And you can't have a public building that restricts access to the public. Because there's signs back there that say, welcome to the business services.
Mm-hmm.
That's not for you. That's for me. Welcoming me there to do business. Because inside it is the accounts payable office. That's for the public.
Yeah.
That's not for private employees. So having all these signs is to stop us from exercising our First Amendment right to the freedom of the press. And that's illegal. And just having the sign there, this district can be sued in federal court just for putting the sign there. It's no different than a police officer shining his flashlight on my camera. Or you standing in front of me or grabbing my camera, like blocking me. You can't do any of that.
No.
So this is like a verbal block of my First Amendment right. You can't say no, because I paid for that floor. I paid for those walls. My taxes pay for the toilet paper in the bathroom.
We pay for all of these to be available for the public to gather,
And they're back there.
and they're back there beyond the no unauthorized.
So that's an
That
illegal
is
First Amendment sign.
frivolous. First Amendment violation.
But it's not your fault. Obviously, you're not.
I'm just,
And we're not attacking you.
I think the only, I think the technique for blocking your camera today would be interpretive dance, but I haven't stretched, so that's.
You do a break dance, man. I get that on film all day. That'd be great. Do it up on the counter. That'd be even better. You'll go viral.
At current.
You might lose your job, but you'll go viral.
I guess Karen, I'm most grateful that you texted.
Now, see that? There's no code. I think she's the one.
Famous. We understand what you do.
I just didn't know.
But
I
this-
know now.
And that's okay to not know,
This-
but what happened was physical violence occurred. That's never acceptable. That would be like one of your students beating up another student just because he didn't like him there.
Right.
So you actually incited some of the physical contact,
And
and you partook in it by not stopping it.
this is just.
But we're not here to attack you. It's okay to not know, but the whole part is the education.
This is our building.
So this right here violates the First Amendment right to freedom of press because I have a right to go back there. There's a business office back there that says welcome to the business office, and the accounts payable office is inside the business office. That's for me. That's not for you. That's for me. So you have a First Amendment violation sign over there that says no unauthorized personnel. However, my First Amendment right to freedom of press gives me authorization to go past that sign. So I am an authorized person because I am press. My First Amendment trumps any police officer's badge all day, every day. I just can't walk into a crime scene where there's a legitimate crime. They can't put up police tape for something that's not a crime scene. And so what we're doing is we're bringing awareness because people are abusing their authority all over the place. I don't work for you, you work for us. And I say us is we the people, not me, and I'm not pointing you out, it's not calling you out. I noticed that the first part of your video, you actually were asking good questions, but I did also notice you kept interrupting him while demanding him be respectful when he was here 12 days ago. So that was the first thing I noticed. I was going, she's demanding respect, but she won't let him get a full sentence out. If you watch the video over again from the beginning, just your part, you repeatedly interrupted him constantly. You didn't let him finish a sentence, and he was trying to explain to you why he had a right to be there. You just didn't want to have any of it. And that's okay.
I didn't hear that. Because what I asked initially was just, could we just go up to the only because
And we don't
I
have
just
to.
wanted to verify. I understand
You can
that
go
now.
upstairs all you want and
I
ask
understand.
questions, but we don't have
But
to.
everything else that I've been trained about, and now that I have more information, is in all the trainings that I've gone through, they basically say that you guys will typically introduce yourselves. Like you'll say.
We don't have to.
I understand that, but again,
Typically, either you're talking about Channel 13, you're talking about Channel 7.
Right.
Those are people that work for a corporation.
No, I understand.
We, the
but
people,
you
have.
understand.
Hold on. This is the important part about what you did, the claim you just made.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Fourth Amendment right. We don't have to.
Okay,
We also have a Fifth Amendment right. We don't even have to talk to you.
right.
We can just walk around with our cameras and just mind our own business.
But you understand the angst with everything that's been happening.
That's on you.
around.
The angst is what your
Well,
feelings
no,
are.
I'm saying in the world of education.
That is
it's
just so
supposed to-
silly. That's this day and age speech. For us Americans, that doesn't trump our rights. You can't go because that guy got robbed 100 miles away and we're scared over here.
I'm saying that when we were in a situation where we were trying to understand what was going on, our responsibility is to make sure that our staff is safe in this building.
Safety doesn't trump rights.
Right. When you give
Because
up
that's your fear, those are your
for
feelings.
security, you deserve to be.
Oh,
John Adams wrote that. Now, what's more important, I think that's the most important thing. People can make up whatever they want and say, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Your feeling of fear doesn't trump my right to film you in public. And as a public official, your duty is to us first. Not what you trained. If you were trained, you were probably trained incorrectly. And the reason why I say that is because that sign is there right now. That's illegal. You can be sued in federal court for blocking my First Amendment right. Because what that's there for, that's to stop me. Because he said we're going to be bringing other people will come and you'll say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. So to stop that, to show us off, to show us up, you thought you could just, your legal department thought, yeah, just put signs everywhere. There's no code at the bottom. Where's the law that backs up that sign? That I get. There doesn't have to be a law because that's a private door with a lock. I have no interest in going in rooms or offices.
Everywhere. Hey, Gigi, how are you? And our colleague that came,
excuse me?
did they explain to you why we're here?
Yeah.
Our colleague that came before, I mean, he really provided a service that wasn't really accepted that way. I mean, you guys didn't know what the law was. You, William, Mitch, And I mean, Mitch went hands on, I think Mitch was the one, and pushed him even, and you know, he just let that go. Because what he wants, he's not looking for conflict, he's looking for change. He wants you to know what the laws are, he wants to make sure the entire administration knows what the laws are around press reporting, and that the cops come and educate properly. Only you got the biggest piece of shit cop in California, it seems. That cop that came.
He has a history
terrible.
of, he has a
His
history.
own son hates him because he's violent. He's tried to have a rap career next to his police career, and he's the one that a few years ago slapped that veteran. You know,
He has a history of use of
I
force
don't know why
policy
he's still
violations.
popular. Why?
Now, but what's most
We're gonna
important
change
too
that.
is the guy that came 12 days ago. He's probably one of the most popular First Amendment auditors out there. We call him the GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time. So you guys really messed up on the very best of the best. And he got handcuffs put on him for being in a place he's allowed to be. And he got accosted, he got physically assaulted, he got tried to be humiliated. That cop turned around, poked him in the chest, threw him against the wall, and put handcuffs on him for walking down a hallway.
Yeah, that
That was it.
cost the city millions again.
It's taxpayer money. We're paying for public employees' mistakes because
But
there's
you
a
guys
sense
got
of.
educated because the police officer told you on the video that he had every right to be here filming. It was a public building.
Right.
He can be here. So
Now,
now
why after the fact you guys put up all these signs?
These are ego.
This is
You
retaliation.
don't want people
These are
walking around
egos.
filming.
When somebody got their ego a little damaged, and this is the way they handled that. But this could get you guys in a world of trouble. I mean, you guys didn't have any trouble before. Now you do. This could be viewed terribly.
And even though that sign's there, you're darn right. I went all the way back there, all the way to the business office because I have every right to be here. I have every right to walk back there.
Prior restraint.
I paid for that toilet paper in that bathroom back there. My tax money pays your salary, not to put up signs to stop me from being in a place I paid for. If this was private property, we would never have ever have been here. But we pay for this. We're the ones that employ the public officials to take care of the children. And God only knows